In line with the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, Asia-Pacific countries are striving to make international trade procedures more efficient and inclusive. The adoption of the Framework Agreement on Facilitation of Cross-Border Paperless Trade in Asia and the Pacific, as a United Nations treaty, paves the way for the region to accelerate progress in this area by digitalizing trade procedures. Cross-border trade digitalization is expected to not only grow trade competitiveness, but also to address new challenges, including the increase in small shipments associated with cross-border e-commerce and the rise of the digital economy. Implementation of paperless trade measures could reduce international trade costs in the region by 25%, saving the region $600 billion annually. Today, in many cases, if some countries digitalize most trade procedures at the national level, paper is still required, often because electronic data and documents acceptable locally are not recognized across borders. To advance cross-border paperless trade in the region, there is a need to harmonize technical and legal standards that apply to electronic trade data and documents, reduce capacity gaps among countries in the region, enhance collaboration between the public and the private sector, and establish a strong intergovernmental platform. To address these needs, a group of more than 25 Asia-Pacific economies at different stages of national development work together to develop a framework agreement on facilitation of cross-border paperless trade in Asia and the Pacific.
I believe that this framework agreement is the key to solve these issues.
After 4 years of intensive consultations and negotiations, the framework agreement was adopted in 2016 and is now open to all 53 UN ESCAP member states. The framework is dedicated to the digitalization of trade processes, aiming to enable the exchange and mutual recognition of trade-related data and documents in electronic form among national and sub-regional single windows and other paperless trade systems.
By having this paperless trade framework agreement, that we can expand more to the other country to have a paperless trade transaction among Asia-Pacific countries.
The framework agreement brings significant benefits to the Asia-Pacific region by providing a region-wide multilateral intergovernmental platform. This creates a neutral and dedicated space for development and testing of legal and technical solutions for cross-border paperless trade that build on national, bilateral, and sub-regional initiatives, helping to achieve the full digital implementation of the WTO Trade Facilitation Agreement.
This initiative by UN ESCAP complements WTO's Trade Facilitation Agreement. The Framework Agreement on Cross-Border Paperless Trade will also provide a very useful dimension in the full digital implementation of the Trade Facilitation Agreement.
Inclusive access to new knowledge and capacity building opportunities. This allows committed countries to fully participate in the Framework Agreement, regardless of their digital trade readiness or their development stage, helping them to develop realistic action plans and supporting their implementation through pilot projects and training activities.
To make the most of our region's vibrant digital economy and the fourth industrial revolution, I would like to encourage all ESCAP member states to join this framework agreement. By collaborating to promote trade digitalization, we can make commercial exchanges more transparent and efficient, and support inclusive growth, prosperity, and sustainable development in Asia and the Pacific.